This is exactly what I done to get my abs for the first time. Starting from a skinny fat physique, I didn't know in the beginning what direction to take, but I've narrowed it down. And this is exactly what I would do if I was starting from zero and I wanted to get those shredded abs. So the first thing that I would do is to train my abs. You can have zero body fat on your body, but if your abs are underdeveloped, you're simply not going to be able to see your abs very well. And let me just give you a better analogy. If you've got really small arms and then you have no body fat on you, your arms are still going to be small. You'll be able to see the definition on your arms, but muscle mass wise, they're not going to be big. They're still going to be small, but you can just see the muscle, but it's an underdeveloped muscle, if I'm making sense. It's the same thing with your abs. People treat their abs differently to other body parts on their body for some reason, and I don't know why. Your abs are a muscle and you need to train them for them to grow, and you need to progressively overload your abs for them to grow. You see people online posting my ab workouts and then they just do a 7-minute routine and then they advertise that to the public like that's going to get them from the side, them chiseled abs that pop out like this. That's not how it works. You need to train them, and once they get to a certain strength, you need to progressively get it harder. You need to progressively make the training harder so that the muscles become more developed, hence they get that sticky outy type look. Long story short, you need to train your abs. And how I train my abs is very simple. I'll hang from a bar. It's quite a funky exercise. So I have a bar under my back. I grab the bar above me and I lift my knees to my chest, but I'm rotating my pelvis as I'm lifting up. I'm rotating my pelvis, not just bringing my knees to my chest, if you're following me, because what engages the lower abs is that slight pelvic tilt as you bring your legs up. And that's going to engage your lower abs. I'll do that exercise, and as my abs get stronger, I add weight. So I started off with holding 2 kg in between my legs, between my feet, and then I worked it up to a 4 kg between my feet. And when that becomes too easy, I'll add a 6 kg, and so on. And I'll do 4 sets of this exercise, and then after that, I'll lay on a bench and do some more pelvic tilt exercise, because my specific abs, the top 4 are developed, but the lower abs are slightly less developed. So I like to target my lower abs when I train my abs. That's it when it comes to my ab training. And I do that 2 times per week, making sure to stay consistent with my training. That's going to make sure the muscles are getting worked and my muscles are getting pushed so that they grow over time. That's the training side of things out of the way. Okay, but how do you actually see your abs, which is the main topic of this video? That's when it comes down to the diet. You can train your abs all day long if you want to, but you're not going to see any results if your body fat percentage is too high. The first place people gain weight is around the midsection. And then it starts to go in other places of their body, like their face, their neck, their arms, and you start to lose definition. If you tense, you can't really see the muscle fibers, you can't really see the individual muscles. The more body fat on your body that you have, you start to lose the vascularity, you start to lose your veins, the higher the body fat. And if your body fat is high, you have to remember it first goes to your stomach. That's why typically people don't have abs. What you need to do is strip that body fat back down to a percentage to where you can see your abs. What's the typical body fat percentage in a male that you have to be able to see your abs? So it's saying you need to be around about 15% body fat to be able to see your abs. And what is the average body fat percentage of a male in the UK? Okay, so it's saying for an average male in the UK, it's saying that they're sitting around about 21 to 25% body fat. That's why you don't have abs, because your body fat percentage is too high. Okay, so how do we bring that body fat percentage down? You need to eat in a calorie deficit. And what that simply means is you need to eat a certain amount of calories in the day to stay the same weight. You need to eat slightly less than that number for your body to lose body fat. You don't want to do it too drastically because then you'll lose muscle mass as well. But if you eat the correct amount under what your body needs, then you will lose the body fat. There's many ways to calculate this. I have a video on this on my other channel. I'll insert it just here. How you calculate the calories that you need to eat in a day to stay the same weight. But once you know that number, you need to eat slightly less. Simple as that. But again, you might be a bit lost. You need to track your calories. When you're eating, you need to track everything that you eat in a day, and this is going to give you a specific number for each item that you add. So let's say you're about to eat some chicken and rice, just to keep it simple. You weigh the rice and then you plug that into an app, and then you weigh the chicken and then you plug that into an app. It's going to give you a number of the specific portion that you're eating. It's going to give you how much calories is in that meal. And then each meal that you eat at the end of the day is going to give you a number of how many calories that you've eaten. You want that number to be below what you need to eat to be the same weight. And then over the course of the weeks, your body fat percentage is going to slowly drop down. You're going to look leaner and leaner and leaner. And once your body is at, let's just say, the 15% body fat mark, then that's when your abs are going to pop through. That's when your abs are going to be developed. And that's when you're going to be happy with your physique if a six-pack is your goal. If you have any more additional questions on this, just let me know in the comments and I'll answer those for you guys. But just a quick one today. It's been your boy Aaron Fife. If you need any more help, just message me in the comments or on Instagram, or just go to the description. You can sign up to my online coaching. Hope this helped you out. I'll see you in the next one.